Next up, Ferrari. I don't like the cars. Does that matter? I do respect them. I don't like them. I don't like the aura of it. Like, you're not allowed to buy it unless you already own it. It's kind of catch-22. So how do I get started? Support at 410, give or take. If you lose 400, you're going to go to 350. It's almost a guarantee. Anywhere below 370 would make a good deal. If you want to invest in it and you can afford to buy 100 shares, you can get engaged now by selling puts in order to be assigned the shares. Don't sell puts to make money. I don't think they're very liquid. I haven't looked at them, so you should look at that yourself. Head and shoulders-ish pattern developing. Lower highs, lower lows. So are we losing support? And if we are, let's give you 2 targets potentially. This would be a good entry if you get that. And this would be a great entry if you get that. And that's not all of it. So I'm not going to give you the 3rd target. Oh, look at how well this one comes out. What? I did not do that on purpose. You saw me how I did that, right? Look at that. So 330. If I'm selling a put, I want it to be right there. Okay. Royal Caribbean. All in. What? I hadn't seen this one. Oh my God. Okay. Golly. What is the matter with this market? Where is the logic? Where has the logic gone? All right. So you can tell me Palantir has a moonshot like this one because it's growing double digits every month. This one is growing how much? This one is 16 billion trailing 12 months. Outstanding report, by the way, 14.8. So they are growing, but they're just trying to recover. Man, I know one thing. The fans of these stocks are unbelievable. So I would not want to pick a fight with it. But if you're asking me to go long, it's a negatory. 236 is doable, so is 230. Those are targets 1 and 2 on this red thing on my chart, but I would not short it. But those are them. So let's see if we can just repeat, rinse and repeat. If we can pick a pattern visually. Almost. So let's see here. They dipped. Okay, so that fits. So I would say buy the dip if you're looking to go long in this huge momentum trade. And the closer you get to 230, the better. If I'm looking to invest in it, I wouldn't touch it. Honestly, I don't know where I would touch it. Maybe 205. You do have some volume there inside this. I'll put a rectangle inside a well-consolidated zone. And it is well-consolidated. And usually we do it like this. This is the best support zone in this ascending channel. It's based on this candle right here. There must have been an earnings report. Yeah, there is. All right, so just be careful not blindly chasing anything. Regeneron. The financials are awful. The sales are good. I don't know about the rest. I know they got buried in debt because of the pandemic. Regeneron. Okay, so pretty scary stuff I'm seeing here. Let me show you 2 things about it. All right, so look at this zone here. Sideways move. Boom, right? Sideways moves. Drop. Sideways moves. Drop. Sideways moves. Drop. Sideways. Drop. Sideways. Drop. Or is this one of these? So we look left. That's a good base. So I would be okay owning it below 680, but I should expect 720 to be a reality. So I would, even though it's fallen so much, I wouldn't dare add to my longs. I could nibble starting position, debit call spreads, credit put spreads combination. Owning shares, I don't know, pretty scary. Pretty good P&L though. Rocket Lab. Okay. What has happened here? What do these do? Rockets? Aerospace company. Okay, aerospace company. All right. So what is your question? If you own it for an investment, just you own it for an investment. If you're looking to buy it here for a trade, there's nothing obvious about this trade. 21.5 maybe, 19 maybe. Up there is not for me. The P&L definitely does not match the price action. There's something else going on. ROKU, 74 days until the next earnings. Stuck in a big range. Wow. Solid support through 60. Solid resistance above 76. Credit put spread worthy, yes. Iron Condor, I don't know. The stock is crazy. I don't think I can take it. Above 75, it's difficult. So if I wanted to sell a bear call spread, I would have to be above 76 or 7. Selling a strangle might work, but that's pretty dangerous with that stock. Don't lose 60. You do that, you go to 56 or lower. Raytheon, everything I said about Lockheed Martin applies here. Sellers at 125, and you better hold 117. Lose 117, you're going to 111-ish. I'll give you a line. Actually, a little bit lower. You can expect this much downside or more. Anything above 122, 23, anything above 123, 25 should be difficult. If they clear 125, they could shoot for 130. Okay, we'll do this one later tonight. Sentinel. Security. Good name. Choppy. Support below 26.5. Resistance seems that they keep poking through it. So it could get to 30. It could drop to 26.5. No. Oh, earnings in 3 days. Yeah, well, let's talk about it after the earnings. If earnings aside, I would enter it at 24 or lower. StarBucks, I would not go long here. It's extended. The expectations of the new CEO are through the roof. I'm very interested to see how that stock, Tom, reacts on earnings. The story is they got a new CEO from Chipotle. He's a magic maker. Hopefully he doesn't turn into a Johnson. I think Michael Johnson or whatever is Johnson's name. The guy that came from Apple into JCPenney to save JCPenney, and he bankrupted the company. So we'll see. Those are words he probably doesn't say, but it's all about the reaction to the next earnings report. On its own, 106, look left, not an obvious entry point. So if I'm long, I would lock my profits, sell some covered calls. Is this SHEL, like the company with the oil? All right, so it's trying to base. It has support through 61 or 60 maybe. It could bounce to 68 or 69. That doesn't mean it's a good investment. It is on an ascending channel. The P&L is, these companies are usually solid. If you lose 63, you might end up at 59. If you end up at 59, you might drift lower to 55 over like 6 months. I don't think it's going to go to 77 if that's what you're looking for. I think this one has topped. Where the market is trying to top, this one is already topped. So this was a peak and a beat. I don't know. So maybe you're saying we're here. That would be the same, because then you would have had a big fight. So you rallied into it, big fight, and then you went up to here and then down to here. So maybe you're saying that the next dip will be bought into another high. Maybe, but I wouldn't bet on it. Shopify. Yeah, I think I'm short, aren't I? I would not be long. How about that? expectations. The stock price action does not match reality, and it's going into a prior fail. So let's see how much they can carry it now that the earnings are out and the markets are trying to not top. Resistance 130 or higher. Pretty solid. SILV, Silvercrest Metals. This is Silver's company. So I'm always puzzled with companies that have so much bottom line and then it disappears. What the hell? Yeah, so does it track SLV? No. Technically, 11 should be difficult to overcome. And 850 is proven bounce. You might retest the 850. If you lose 850, you will get to 7-ish. The upside, if you take out the high, you might get to 13. This one is trying to base. So if you lose 22, I don't know how low it goes, 18, 17, it's pretty hard to tell. Anything above 30 should be much difficult. 30 and 32, pretty difficult zone. I'll give you a visual. Actually 33. This whole zone is difficult. This red zone should be a killer. Speaking of silver, if I'm short, this is target 1. Support zone is target 2. I said doable, we're there. So ching on that one. This is doable too. This is target 2, this box. Target 3 is somewhere down here, but I wouldn't bet on it. Resistance now, 29.50 or higher. 71 cents. Oh. SMCI, this was a good long as far as a company all by itself, but this is a gambling company right now. It might make you a fortune, but you should know that it's a highly speculative bet. Have they refiled? You should do homework. So a couple of you came to me. I'm not going to name names, but you did come to me and saying, I'm stuck at 38. I'm stuck at 32. I'm stuck at 43. Did you get unstuck? If not, shame. When you say I'm stuck, it means you're looking for an out. They gave you an out and you don't take it? Huh. Unless you learned something new. That's bizarre behavior. So yes, this one can be at 60 and 85, but it also can be at 10. I have no idea. So it's an okay investment from 20 as a highly speculative stock, but I would not sink my teeth into it. Technically speaking, 46 plus or minus should be really difficult to overcome. Snowflake. Pandemic written all over it. All right. Now what? Okay. Anybody going long here? You should tell me why you're going long here. Tell me. You might have a reason. Otherwise, I'm going to ask you, what the hell, man? Why are you going long here? You should be able to articulate that answer, convince me to give you money. Otherwise, I would go down to 152. CNBC told me to. Good luck with that. Which one on CNBC? The Ponytail Boys? $580 breaking out as a trigger to 620 or higher. Who is this? Synopsis. I had friends that worked there way back. Oh, earnings in 3 days. Let's talk about it in 3 days. There's nothing you can do into the earnings that with high confidence. The earnings is a complete coin flip. But they're going to do great. Yeah, they are. But we don't know how the market's going to do with that. SWK, if you're long based on my statement, where are my drawings? They're disappearing. I know I had drawings on this one because we took a trade. A credit put spread here somewhere. Huh. It came under fire, but now it's fine. I closed mine. I just don't need the noise on my screen. If this one loses 85, it might find itself in the 80s, low 80s, in which case it would make a good investment for the long term. Boring stock, I was just trying to make money off of something. Not boring stock is this one. I'm going to put it on my to-do list because a buddy of mine, somebody who knows this stuff, Raghu, you here, is long, I believe. And I don't know when he got in, but I will get in. This one is a robotics company. And if there's anything more exciting than AI in the future is robotics, in my opinion. I've been inspired by robots since I was a kid. I wanted to be in the robot industry, but in Lebanon, that just doesn't happen. Nick, can I ask about RTX? Couldn't you say we're at the bottom of an ascending channel? Okay. I mean, I can't argue with that, Tom. But how much money are you going to make off of upside? Make money off of support. Easier statement. So falling into 18, that's a support zone. If I'm not long, I can get engaged with longs. I wish I had seen it on Friday or last week. I would have sold puts to own shares. But one of two, because it might go to 10. I don't know. It's lower lows and lower highs. So it's a crazy market. TD, crazy company. I did business with them a couple of times. I just don't know how they are in business. I tell you, there's a big move coming, and it coincides with the earnings. We have higher lows, lower highs. Something is about to happen. So is it at 70 or 84 in a couple of days, in 4 days? I don't know. One of those two is coming. Team is definitely not a long here. Okay, so let's put a box around that. Let's go up to 2 hours one day and reset and zoom out. It's like the comedian said, you think you're in America, zoom out. You're on a planet going through space. This doesn't inspire a new position. It looks like a huge cup and handle breakout. People are going to start they'd start talking about these breakouts. But one tick over is not a breakout. The proper breakout is to go over, close, go below, close, go back and beat that. And then I look left. Those are massive failures. So yes, it can get to 360 on this quote breakout, or dip to 230 before it goes up there. There's a decent chance it dips to get a better base. So if I'm following, I should use something that allows for that dip, like a credit put spread to finance or selling some calls against the calls I buy. Target, the dip was definitely buyable. I expressed as much. And the idea is that they sold it because of the forecast. Well, single digit comps is not that bad, but it's bad when you follow Walmart, which had 5. It is also single digit, but it was 5% versus flat. So they were disappointed. They were expecting some better things from Target compared to Walmart, and they came out worse. It's not a bad company. The report wasn't bad. You have support from here on down to 110, 112. So if you sold puts to own shares, that'd probably be the best thing to do. Right now, going back up, I wouldn't bank on them filling the whole gap. So if you're buying calls for the gap, I would strongly suggest you lock profits less than halfway. The TLT finally made a comeback. I've been screaming my head off. What is going on? This is saying that Powell is done cutting rates. Well, now I can shut up about it because we made progress. I don't know if rates followed. We need to look at that. Technically, the TLT filled one target. It might have another. And if it gets to 96, I would short it. If I'm long the TLT, I am out. Out, 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 out. The easy work has been done, and this ticker does not allow you to enjoy. I don't remember this company, but I have lines. You're inside the box, right in the middle. Got nothing to say. You got support below and resistance above. It can go in either direction between those two. This one, I would short it. For a swing trade, I think the expectations are overblown with this one. You see that arrow? They finally did it right here. So now it becomes a problem. So if you lose that, you're going to go down to maybe $20, $90. Let's see if anyone's listening. Actually, that's a bit of aggressive. So I'm going to put it here so not to upset the fans. I'll take this arrow. So a new high, 363, will bring you 395. You should know that on the weekly, this is a breakout that shoots to the high 400s on the weekly. Okay, so I think before that happens, there might be disappointment. So people are chasing it on the wrong headline, I think. But these are things that in hindsight you can argue with. The upside scenario, if they break out, is 395-ish. So I should, to be fair, put both lines to give you a visual. Wow, I just deja vued on this one. We've had a scenario like this before with Tesla. The upside can be and should be this much if they break out. So you should respect the upside. When I say go short, is the way I would short this, and I am short this, is via bear call spread. That brings me money. And as long as they close below my bear call spread, I win. I don't need a drop. If somebody wants to actively collect more money, they need to buy a put or a put spread. So the ideal scenario is to sell a call spread and buy a put spread. This way you're short with very little money out of pocket. If the drop happens, you make money. If it doesn't, you don't. I did that with the XSP this week. I shorted the XSP, but I didn't make any money. But I didn't lose any money because I financed the short by selling something. A put diagonal might work. You buy a put out in time and you sell a put now. So you're bullish now, but bearish out in time. That's ideal. TSM, great company, great P&L, super strong support. Unfortunately, the support is from here to 150. So pick your shots. Just as you have support, you have a lot of resistance at 194. I think 194 is a killer level. And if that's the case, then it's easy for it to drift lower. So if I wanted to get engaged on the long side, I would sell puts or put spreads. I would be confident to own shares in this one, at least a half position. So I think 197, 194 is pretty difficult to overcome, which makes it vulnerable zone, like could drift to here. Earnings soon? No. Credit put spread? Yes. Sold puts? Yes. TTD. All right, so they drew a line, 132. You take out 132, you're going to go to 139 or more. They blew past this area of resistance like it's not there. Too vulnerable up here, premiums valuation, pricey stock, so everything probably is still there. So I don't know much about the fundamentals by heart. From the chart, it's a nope for me. Like it's not an obvious point of entry. I don't know what this says anymore, so I'll take it off. Let's go into the financials to give it a shot. So it grows fast. That's undeniable. Ooh. Yeah, it's as expensive as it's been since the pandemic. So we just looked at the stock like this. 28 price to sales, not cheap. As an investor, I will wait it out. As a trader, buy the dip in order to get that opportunity up there. TWLO, I like this company. I'm a big fan of TWLO if you know me, and this is not an obvious point of entry. Look at where it's at relative to where it's been. You see, you can't touch these stocks. Can't touch this. 124 is the start of a pretty difficult area. I wouldn't short it, but I definitely cannot invest in it up here. If you do want to invest in it, please make it 1/2 of a position and don't add to it unless it goes down to like 74. UAL, I am short and losing money. I think I'll make money in the end. This here is vulnerable, to say the least. Broke into an all-time high. It's vulnerable, to say the least. Whether it starts here or no, it will make me money. I'm going to keep shorting it until I make money. ULTA, most definitely not an obvious entry point. It was a buy to dip, and we said it. Look at all these support zones they ate up. The last one was perfect. You look left, perfect. Boing, definitely, most definitely not an obvious entry point. Earnings in 4 days. If I'm long, I'm out. And here's the thing. If they take out 397, they can get to 430. You should know that. But I don't know what they're going to do with the earnings. Come to me the day of the earnings, and we'll look at the options. UNG, I got us a good trade, and I'm out. I don't know this industry. We made our money, and I'm out. If it comes back down to here, I'll go long. I'll put an alert down here. And down here. And maybe down here. Up here, I don't know what to do with it. You have sellers at 1540 and buyers below. Uranium, I don't know the industry. They tell me this is it. This is what we're going to do for the future. I say, I don't think so. There might be some legislative hiccups. It only takes one accident to put us back into the Stone Age with this one, literally. So we'll see. We don't know what they will do with it when they break out of 34. They will try to push it $4. You can go long for a trade. You can go long for an investment. Just don't be all in. Just leave room to add at better prices to make your position for the long term that much better. So back here, I said, buy the dip. I would say it here again. If I'm trying to find a better swing. So sell a put to own shares if you love it. I will put it on my watch list at the risk of not knowing what the hell it is, but I'll do my homework. Buy the dip into 28. USO T2. So we hit target 1, vulnerable, target 1. Vulnerable, did it. Target 1, did it. Target 2, did it. And triggered. So they're trying not to finish the job. The problem is there is a lot of resistance above, anything above 76, and a lot of support below. So now we have lower highs, higher lows. There's a big move coming, direction unknown. So is it at 62 or 79? I think it might be easier to get to 62 unless we have a war in the Middle East. Vertex, Vertiv. What is that again? Critical digital infrastructure technology cools, deploys, secure, maintains electronic step process. Okay. War gizmos. 112 I like. 104 I like. 100 I like. What's it going to take out 136? 136 resistance. Let's put it. This here is a tiny little bit of resistance. Yep. It could drift. I like it anywhere below 120. 114. The closer to 114, the better. Walmart. I am short. I don't remember how or if I'm losing money. Oh, I do know I am losing money. But I think I will add to my bearish position to see it, to see what's going to happen. The expectations are overblown. So somebody went shopping from my family into Walmart on Black Friday, and it was empty. That doesn't mean anything now, folks. That's not what I'm mentioning it. They could be shopping online. But the store was packed with employees. So they were expecting higher foot traffic. So I've been in retail before to where I did a lot of homework for restaurants. And the restaurants get killed when they miss staff. Like on Labor Day, if they don't lower their staff 10, 20%, they're going to get caught and their P&L would look red for that month. So what happened? Is this my store only? Is this a coincidence? Is it system-wide? There might be too much baked into the expectations of Walmart. In other words, what the hell is going on here? Can someone explain to me why this is doing this and the P&L is flat as a pancake? Can someone explain to me? This is what I don't know. The logic. Where's the logic? Like, is really Walmart never going to come back to 70 to fill this giant gap here? I mean, this is not NVIDIA. This stock is better than NVIDIA. Look at it. Here, I'll switch over to NVIDIA. Take out all the lines. This is NVIDIA with all this chop and going back and filling gaps. And this is Walmart. Moonshot. How much has been priced in? Let's look at the valuation. This one you can check on the PE because it doesn't grow. Single digit growth, price to sales maybe, but PE is relative. You want to know how cheap it is. 37. I mean, it's not outrageous. That's weird. So they are managing their P&L well to flow the sales that they have. The small increase in sales, they're managing it well. So nothing, no bone to pick with the company, but the stock price is just insane. So I'll keep trying shorting until I'm done with it. So Zillow, I would not be long up here. My theory on this one is follow this logic. Real estate business is slowing down. Any of you in the business, please add to the comment section, educate me. The real estate people that I know are telling me business is slowing down. Prices are getting cut, even on the rent side. If that's the case, what's the knee-jerk reaction of the real estate businesses is to invest in advertising. And I think probably this is where the money is going, or that's what the thought process. Technically, it broke out from 60. The target is probably 100 from that breakout. But now you've entered a problem area. So if I'm long this guy, I'm out. For a trade, I'm out. If I'm shorting it, I get it. I see what you're doing, but it's going to be difficult, just like I'm struggling with Walmart. There's nothing recent that they failed at. So we're running on pandemic hopes. Buy the dip if you're looking to get long. If you're looking to short, credit call spread, debit put spread combination would probably do you right. I'm going to look into the options. Maybe somebody put a big fat trade in there that gives me a clue. I would love to discuss that in the comment section. Zscaler, bearish down to 184, but not necessarily nasty. Backup support below that. If they get to 220, they might get to 240. So you're stuck between heavy sellers up here and heavy buyers but down here. And earnings in one day. I would not touch this thing until the earnings. The new Amazon. So let me guess. So Amazon is the new Walmart up until now, and now Walmart is the new Amazon. Got it. The only difference is that Amazon was growing 30% a year. Amazon is not going 30% a decade, maybe. Okay. Zscaler, nothing to be done here. And with that, folks, we wrap up our show for today.